Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to game 2, y'all. We've got a fun new addition here to the broadcast booth. Idle. How you doing, Idle? You watched that game 1?
I wasn't able to catch it.
Do you want me to tell you what happened? Is a better question?
I think I saw a comment that DJ did some good routing.
It may not have been the best routing, but the biggest issue was just Glove did a very early zero tank X-ray deboost to an early Varia that D-Webb basically never got back to.
Oh, okay.
And believe it or not, having Varia for the entire seed versus not having Varia for the entire seed made a quite large difference.
Okay, so DJ is being a little facetious, maybe, or sarcastic. I didn't know how to interpret the comment. No, I didn't. I missed it. That's pretty sick to see the early X-ray pay off so big. I know Glove's a big fan of that.
Yeah, I'm usually not a big fan of doing it before having 2 tanks to comfortably get back across without waiting for waivers, but you see the power of it there in that seed.
Yeah.
Made a lot of difference.
And even if you fail the return trip or something, like, just the knowledge is so big that you'd always like go to Green Bryn and come back to it or something, potentially, depending on where you're at. So definitely some opportunities for that to pay off. It really helps in these dash settings having that save station right next to it.
Yeah, the save does make it a lot more justifiable. Doing a zero tank on no close save is a little bit more uncomfy.
Mm-hmm.
We do have another early powerbomb start. We also get another early super start, so again, we get to play the whole seed without worrying about our ammo too much. Or worrying about our ammo types, at least.
Yeah, it's always convenient. I really don't like doing Red Tower without having supers. Portal hunting with... I guess you can still do the X-ray deboost, but you need to get space. It doesn't feel good.
But that was then, and this is now. D-Webb's going to have to mental reset from that. Put on a good performance here in Game 2 if he wants to pull it to a Game 3. We do find a front of East Meridia here at Meme Route, so a little bit annoying because we would like to follow that, but... Ooh, nice powerbomb drop.
Yeah. But even when it's a good portal, it's still great knowledge. Now you know when you find the back East Meridia that there is no front. You might give that more consideration when you do run into it. Like, it's become pretty standard meta to always check that portal if you possibly can.
Yeah, I don't think there is really anyone who will skip that portal with the early power bombs. I know Kip was experimenting with it for a while during the tail end of his rando career. I think I think it was something he developed with Aussie, who also doesn't really play this randomizer anymore. It's more focused on map rando at this point.
I think the only reason you might consider skipping it is if you don't have supers, which would make whatever portal you find a little bit less valuable, and then also maybe you want to save your power bombs for more minor checks, but even then I think I'd still want that portal knowledge.
I think that was Kip's logic when he used to do it, was like, the one portal knowledge isn't that backbreaking to lose, and being able to save the power bombs to be able to get all of the ammo checks and still avoid the ship refill is pretty powerful. We see yet another vanilla bomb Chorizo.
Oh yeah, this last race too.
It's every race. It's so often that this is vanilla. Like, Nitro and Jet saying 50%. It really feels like it's like every other seed, even if you have an early power bomb. Every other seed is a bomb.
I'm a little bit more likely to skip this check if I have the early power bombs. Not saying I would use in this situation, but Because I've noticed that
Don't
not having
hold on.
early E-tanks can be kind of punishing too. So even if there's just an E-tank there, it's sometimes still worth to have that.
I know he has bombs. I really don't like D-Web skipping all those power bomb drops. Should be fine though. But there were 2 or 3 power bombs that he just left on the table in the bomb chorizo drop spread.
I would have probably forgotten that they could even drop power bombs. Planning to zip out of the room.
Yeah, I should also clarify a big part of the reason why I and a lot of other runners never picked up the skipping meme route portal with power bombs is like, I think a lot of high level runners feel like skipping that portal is backbreaking. Like it can be really bad. Like even if it is not followable, like it is in this case, just having front of use knowledge is going to be pretty powerful. We do see some divergence here, by the way. SGLIVE going straight into
DJ not even checking that boss. And I was going to ask you, Derp, like, which would you find Crate Slayer before you even check the other portal? Do you take the save and check the boss first, or do you check the other portal first?
I like just going straight to the boss, especially with bombs. Although I think Glove used a power bomb. We get another Red Tower Varia suit, by the way.
Wow. It's a little bit easier to get to.
D-Web will be getting as well.
I kind of also like checking crate first because I think you want to leave through the portal that DJ took. So that makes you think I should just try to get this boss, get my save in, because we haven't saved yet.
Yeah. I mean,
this is going to work out for Glove because this is a doable boss fight here.
Yeah, it's roughly a 50-50 to be a doable boss, and since it's shifted, even if it's Fantoon, which we see it is, Glove is still going to get that crate closet check at the end. So whatever item is here, again, D-Web probably won't be getting back to it for a while. Fortunately, it's not going to be that Varia suit, but it could still be the other one. You never know. And even if it's not, D-Web still has to find a way to route back to the Scrade's lair at some point, which could get awkward.
Yeah.
I think it was the middle of Red Tower.
Right, so at least it's not, like, completely in the middle of nowhere, but...
Yeah, but it's not great.
Nicely done for Glove. It's a doable fight, but it's not the easiest fight with only the one E-tank. No screw attack, no charge.
Yeah, it's pretty much a new route fight, and Glove has been grinding a lot of new route recently, actually.
But it's even a little bit harder than new route because you got to make sure you don't super too early, or you're gonna have to do all those fancy dodges.
I didn't see all the portals that D-Web has found here. Here's Green Bryn, though. I saw he was here. It looked like the bottom of Green Bryn also led to Red Tower, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, I was kind of spaced out on my portal connections as well. We'll just watch it close. We'll catch up when Glove
gets there. Looks like it was just another E-tank at Crate Closet. But again, we've got Crate out of the way. Or Crate Slayer, I should say. So that is good to have. And if the zero tank X-ray deboost was something that Glove was able to do, then having 2 full tanks is going to be a piece of cake.
There's no way this is going to be a suit twice in a row, right?
I mean, it could.
Good. Less likely now that we found Varia, but it could be. Never know.
Everything looking good so far. Even if Glove messes up the last deboost, she has the bombs to back it up. That was actually pretty close, but
that was.
It is a plasma beam, though. Not a suit, but still a pretty good item. We'll see when D-Web gets back to that. He'll have to go past it to get back to Kraid's lair at some point. D-Web also is going to need to get a power bomb from the Fireflies, I think.
With just double jump, that is enough to get up there, right? Without having to do any bomb shenanigans.
Yeah, we actually did see that from D-Web. Oh, this is fine.
Oh, to get the Varia last round.
Yeah. Obviously, it was 40 minutes after Glove, but that was how D-Web ended up getting there, just using the double jump. Webb is going to take the refill here. I know some people like skipping the refill, just betting on the likely outcome of the E-Tank at Spazer.
Yeah, I'd probably skip there. Obviously, she doesn't know that Varia's around the corner.
Yeah, I don't like the refill skip. I think it's just like, even if it's an E-Tank, you're not losing that much time. Just take the refill. And the situations where it is punishing are very punishing, in my opinion.
I'd be more likely to take it if I didn't have another check like right there. But either play is fine. So, has DJ found anything in Green Brain other than tanks?
I don't think so.
I suppose we can't check Waterway.
Yeah. There was a third check. He's done
Oh, he's got X-ray.
Well, so does Glove. That was at the beginning.
Oh,
There's
right.
there's an item, the high jump.
Oh, we're missing our portal knowledge. There's one of those Green Brain portals.
Yeah, it was a tube was the middle of Green Bryn. Or the bottom, sorry.
Okay.
Is this just the top? No, it's single chamber. So probably what we're going to be doing if this portal at the top of Green Bryn is bad. Though there's a good chance it's also an Upper Norfair portal. Funny enough, I think D-Web ended up doing this backwards. Didn't go for the tube check, went for the 2 right checks initially. Oh yeah, it was double jump. We literally were talking about it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That
that would make sense. Two tanks and
high jump, double jump is a nice movement loadout. Lets you do most things, and we are in fact in Upper Norfair.
yeah, I suppose we're going there either way. We might as well get these portal checks in.
Yep, you've got the double jump to get back easily. You're probably doing this crab portal check either way.
Yeah, I would think so.
There is front of LM. So, the second bad boss portal, or the first, though I guess you could argue any boss portal being at meme route is bad. But we found the front of LN, we found the front of East. We found Kraid's lair, and Glove has already done it. Just looking for that wreck ship in terms of boss areas.
There's almost that Ridley ammo here too, so that plasma is becoming a little bit less valuable.
Yeah, I mean, the plasma beam is not going to be... It was never going to be that big unless we find charge.
Like,
So,
really
obviously,
quickly.
it's nice to have in Lower Norfair, just to get through all the key hunters. But honestly, that would have benefited D-Web a lot more than Glove. We saw in the last race, she was able to...
Oh, yeah.
That Spacer Beam's going to feel bad. We'll see if Glove's able to dodge it once she gets here. But she was able to dodge the key hunters really well in the last race without Screw or Plasma.
Oh, right. Glove has the extra E-tank from Crate's closet. That's where that difference is. Okay. Alright, see
Kinda
what
surprised
Ice Beam's
D-Web
got for us.
Surprised D-Web did ice after high jump.
Well, you are going to be heading out to... You're going to be going the long way into west. We have
I
no speed
guess.
booster, right?
But actually, I don't know if that's better or not. Because a big reason you do high jump earlier in any percent is because it has high jump. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's about the same either way. Normally, sometimes
maybe this is faster.
Normally you consider doing ice first in case it's a hell run and you want to refill using the high jump check, but of course that's not an issue since we've got Gloria already.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised UAB is skipping this, but he went back for it. It's just a missile though.
Yeah, still a good idea to get that. You never know when it's gonna be an ammo seed.
I mean, D-Web doesn't have the plasma beam, so...
But even if you do, that can be kind of a troll, right? I'm sure you're charged at the check tool or wherever buried location you can think of. Even Gauntlet's sufficiently buried at this point.
Alright, Glove also going to check this portal.
There's our 30 supers. It always feels good. I'd like to find one more for wreck ship. I mean, obviously more than that for the end of the game, but just thinking about Ridley ammo. Well, I suppose... Oh, never mind, we got Mario.
Ice Beam's nice. I was actually going to say, there's definitely an argument to skip these Bubble Mountain checks for now and actually play for portals. You know, get to that Croc entry and the Chronic portal first. It looks like D-Web is doing the checks first. I wonder if Glove does the same.
Maybe Ice Beam is the reason to do the checks first, or Speed. You know, some sort of bot twin access. We do have bombs, but it's still not very fun to do the Crystal Flash.
Wise man once said, you should be doing checks until you have Ice Speed or Charge. Now we've got that Ice Beam. Looks like D-Web's just going to clear out the rest of the area first, though. Which I would agree with.
I mean, we are still missing the suit. And I suppose most of the areas we have left are West Meridia. We've got Wreck Ship. We don't have a way to get out of Trigon yet, it doesn't look like, without the Crystal Flash method.
Yeah. Not a good way out. You know, either Crystal Flash or... You could technically do the funny... get deposited on the ledge to the entrance.
Is that RNG dependent?
I believe so. I've never actually done it before. I just know it is a thing that is doable.
Would you have to like count how many different D-pad inputs you're doing so that you know when your 60th one is too? Sounds pretty terrible.
I think you usually have enough time, like over the ledge, that you don't need to do that. Alright, D-Web got this mock ball out. I don't think Glove did. No, she did. But now the big moment. Does she successfully skip the Spazer pickup?
I think we're getting Spazer here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless she's using X-Ray, which she has been using X-Ray for a few different things, so...
I guess I could see that. But it's so likely you want the item. It's kind of slow to check it with X-Ray. Oh. Shooting it early. Nice dodge.
Nice dodge. Big 7 seconds. Looks like the other checks were not super valuable. Actually, D-Web went straight to the wave check. Hasn't? No, he saw speed. He saw speed.
Oh, we've seen that portal. The wave portal.
Yeah, we've seen single chamber. We just haven't seen the two bottom portals. What was that speed? Was it another reserve? Must have been, right?
I think it might have been, yeah. I think we saw another reserve.
That was an E. Like, Glove has 2 energy tanks on D-Web?
She should have 1.
Yeah, she got the 1 from Kraid's Lair. Oh, D-Web... I think D-Web just skipped it. That's right. He saw the tank and didn't even pick it up.
Oh...
I remember that, and I just...
That's surprising given the last seed, and he doesn't have plasma yet, like...
Yeah, I don't love the E-Tank skip here, but I do have Varia. It's defendable.
I know I said plasma is less important because you have Varia, but it's still nice for damage reduction, like you pointed out with the hitboxing and stuff, like...
I mean, health is a resource, right? Like it lets you go faster by tanking through things. So
yes,
having less health means you have less resource to get through the game faster.
You have to make up the 7 seconds by not losing 7 seconds due to health resources for the entire rest of the run. Like, why not just take the tank? I'd get it if it's like a ways away, like you got to jump 2 extra jumps to get to it or something, then maybe it makes sense to skip, but...
I didn't see what was that Chronic portal, but Croc Entry had pre-Aqueduct, and D-Web's actually just going to follow it right away.
I think it was the other East Meridia portal.
Okay. I will trust you. You never lie to me.
Never.
Yeah, Glove also doing these Bubble Mountain checks, so we'll get that Ice Beam.
Yep, that Power Bomb's not worth it.
I might have been tempted. Really just depends on if you're ever considering the F-Dray, though.
I guess. I mean, you're probably not. I think you're really hoping that doesn't come up.
Glove is also a super up on D-Web now. Got the super missile at in Bubble Mountain, like in the room.
Oh,
So that was nice. Nice screw attack here as well. Does kind of nullify the plasma for Glove though, assuming she goes the same way. And so she is really hoping to get Charge Beam and get value out of that. Yeah, I do assume Glove does the same thing, where she will also jump down West Meridia. Probably do all these checks as well.
What else would you do?
I mean, the only other option is like back out to Red Tower and climb to the top portals, which is pretty slow. But so is going underwater.
She could potentially do East Meridia because it is in we've seen the front, so we know it's in logic.
I mean, you could. I don't know if I would.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's best. And you're almost certainly going to check the other portal first, so... Because if it's wrecked ship at the other portal, you're doing that instead.
Well, either way, D-Web finds the top of Red Tower at Main Street, it looks like.
Yep,
and here is a
takes
Croc
us
mine.
to Croc. You got to do Croc here.
Yeah, you can't... I mean... There's not much else to do, like you mentioned.
Right.
We're running out of things pretty quickly. Actually, it looks like Glove is going to check Croc door first. It might end up being a little bit sad.
Yeah, because you're almost certainly going to at least check the other portal. Maybe she will have a this for you. I have a little bit more to work.
Surely you're not following back of East here.
Well, but you know where front of East is, though.
Yeah, but you don't have a way out of Precious Room.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Like-
If it's vanilla Dragon, you don't. Yeah.
If it's vanilla Dre, you could CF out and then X-ray climb Precious. Or Spike Suit out, I should say.
Fun.
But like, why would you do that when you can do other things, you know? It's not that necessary to get East Meridia out of the way here. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah. No, you're probably right about that.
Oh my gosh, another super.
Yeah, was that 2 supers at the kit miners?
I believe so.
That's a pretty nice find.
Yeah, already getting really close. Glove, once she gets there, it's gonna be, what, 55-50? What was the... What was the Mama Turtle? Was that a missile? Might be 60-50?
I think it was just a missile.
Right? That's still almost ammo go mode for Glove. And D-Web skipped the second item of Croc. That is wild to me, honestly.
Really?
He did that last race in what I also thought was a pretty bad situation to do it. Because he was still looking for Varia at the time, and there weren't a lot of Varia checks left. This does make sense, though. D-Web is taking this time to go to Kraid's Lair. This check could still be something. Obviously, this boss... At this point, 3 of the 4 bosses are doable. I don't think D-Web can do... I mean, I'm sure he can do the Spike Suit Dragon, but...
You'd probably at least try it, but, yeah.
Yeah, fortunately it is
And the
just
fight
very
itself is not easy without grapple either. It's just killing
Yeah.
Dragon.
It's nice if you have, like, Charge Plasma and can just not worry about your damage on Dragon. But D-Web does not quite have that luxury. But again, it's just Fantoon, so it doesn't end up mattering. But I do expect Glove is probably going to do second item of Croc. And there, what checks do we have left other than that?
I don't know why she wouldn't.
Like, the only thing left is, like, going into LN, basically.
I mean,
Or,
it could be.
again, like, going into East Meridia. And it could be Gravity of Baltoon. That is very real at the moment. It's a very real thing that could happen. Did Glove even check Mama Turtle? I think she just left. I wonder if that was on purpose. I would assume
I don't
so.
think she
didn't-
checked it.
Yeah, she didn't really react. I think she just left.
Yeah, Gravity could be killing there. We know it's not. She's not missing out on much. She already has the plasma.
Okay, chat's saying she did just miss the drop, so it was not intentional.
Okay.
But gonna miss out on that screw.
Well, yeah, then there's no way back, really.
I mean, you can
No.
use Ice Beam to climb back up, but it's not fast.
No. That sounds... And she had other stuff to do anyway.
Not that much other stuff. But
Even so, I
there's
mean,
the
she
Croc.
does...
It's
She
basically
does,
just Croc, to be honest.
she does this. And that, well, I mean, she could have found Wreck Ship. She might still... We still haven't seen bottom of Wreck Ship, right? Or not Wreck Ship, West Meridia. We haven't seen
Yeah,
that
we haven't
before,
seen Meridian Map. We also haven't seen Redfish, but we can't really get to that at this point.
Correct. But it seems likely one of those is Wreck Ship.
Yeah. Other than those 2 West Meridia portals, we're missing both Wreck Ship portals, Back of LN, and Turian. So, in theory, assuming no self-connect, there's a 1 in 4 chance that that portal is bad at West Meridia. I guess, technically, it could be Wreck Ship linked to Turian, and if that doesn't give you a good way out of Meridia Map. But we do have ice high jump, so it's
Yeah,
still
we'd be able to get out, I think.
yeah.
I think, is it even on logic to be able to do that with high jump and ice?
It used to be.
I want to say it probably is.
So I remember in Varia it was in logic, and it could force you to do that right away. Like there were seeds where if you didn't know how to, you just got owned immediately. I'd have to double check what the dash logic is, though.
Is DJ still skipping this X-ray check?
Yeah, he didn't go to it. He's going back to Croc.
He's just committed to. I just have to hope nothing good's there and nothing's good at the back of Croc. Which on this seed, well, Plasma is kind of good, but
yeah, Plasma's good. It's gonna make up for Glove skipping that Mama Turtle check, even if unintentionally. It looks like D-Web is just going straight to. That's another power bomb. Goodness, this Croc kind of sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately. So I think Glove is just the Kip Miners behind at this point, but she has more knowledge. It's just knowledge that DJ has given up on.
Yeah, at this point, with both players having done the Kraid's Lair, we're as close to even as we can get.
Mm-hmm.
And D-Web is
taking the save? Oh, did DJ take a save somewhere else?
He saved the red tower.
Okay.
I assume Glove is going to do the same. Where are we going?
Glove, get the miners. They're good.
Yeah, there's a double super.
You want
she does
them.
have so much ammo that the Kit Miners probably won't matter too much. She'll still be able to get the ammo on the way in other places. But
it is back Frick's ship.
Well, you kind of have to follow this, I feel like.
Yeah. And Turian is at a dead end. It's either here or no, wait. It doesn't have to be, right? Turian could be at the top of West Meridia. Okay.
Which would be kind of annoying if we are in a situation where we essentially need gravity to get to Turian, even if we can technically get through East Meridia. We find a spring ball. Would be a pretty funny situation. I guess you can double spring ball jump to Redfish, but again, you really don't want to be doing that if you don't have to.
Time to make double jump more powerful. You can unpause and unequip it, and then equip it, and then it acts like spring ball or something. Gives you an extra jump.
There is a really mean world here, by the way, where this boss is Dragon and the front of Turian, or the front of LN. Front of ship, sorry, I'm losing my mind. But that portal is Turian, and so we just come over here and can't do anything.
At least you got the knowledge, but yeah.
Yeah, it is Ridley, though, so... Everything's fine. A little awkward for Glove, who doesn't have full ammo on hand.
True. She doesn't have enough missiles to power out to compensate.
It's
miners
annoying more than it's actually bad.
I understand skipping them, by the way. They're not. You don't know it's double supers.
I mean, the double super is what, a 1 in 9?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming uniform ammo distribution. There's our grapple beam, so that does make things a little more tempting. Let's actually gonna go straight to
we got our Turian access now.
True. Glove is gonna take another save here, actually. I think D-Web skipped this.
Well, with 37 supers, I understand. Well, I guess
still didn't have a way out of Dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute. Yeah, how would you get?
If it wasn't
he had
the
save back in Red Tower, so his plan was probably
wouldn't have gotten the portal check, and then you would have been kind of sad if it was Dre.
I guess you're hoping that that's not a portal you want to take.
I mean, you're hoping it's exactly Turian, right? If that's what you do.
Yeah, because if it's back of LN and that's actually where you need to go for your gravity, then you're really behind.
So Glove can do this fight without using any power bombs. assuming no supers are missed.
Even in that LN situation, you could always just go to the front of LN.
Yeah. You do want to be able to go to the back of LN here if it's here, though.
Oh,
That would have been pretty inefficient.
Yeah, unless gravity is exactly at screw attack. Even then, you probably still want to do back of
That
LN
was in the
first.
super for glove. We'll probably need one power bomb. Yeah, she knows it. I think Ridley dodged that, though.
Throw another one in for good measure. Sometimes they don't double hit.
Yeah, Ridley should be dead now. Yeah,
Kind of looks like
this power bomb's a little bit overcautious, unless she missed a second one that I missed. So what was that?
What was the portal?
Was redfish? Okay, so oh wow, that actually sucks.
LN's
that actually
left.
really sucks.
Wow, because
back of LN is Turian.
Dragon could be, or your gravity could be in LN, but you might have to leave and come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess we're doing ship, even though we don't. Or your speed could be in LN for your gravity that's at the ship. We just want to throw out extra terrible.
The good news is, both front of LN and the good East Meridia portal are in criteria. Obviously, one of them's at meme route, which kind of sucks, but.
Oh, true. So if you could maybe you could leave East Meridia out the front and then head to LN.
Yeah, you just like go to front east. But again, that requires being able to do east. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you get the item at LN, especially if it's just at screw, you could just bail immediately and go straight to East Meridia. Or you
But with that grapple pickup, though, we are at ammo go mode. Oh, speed's nice.
Yeah, I think with that speed, you're definitely doing top of ship. Maybe D-Webb disagrees. He did skip second item Croc. And
well, what are we missing for our suitless loadout? Just Spring Ball, which I don't think you need?
We know what boss it is, right? It's Kraid. That's correct?
How do we know that?
Because that's the only boss we haven't seen. So, yeah, no, we can get out.
We haven't seen two bosses.
We can get out of Precious Room with that speed booster, because we can... Oh no, you're right. We haven't seen Dragon. I'm losing my mind. But you can also get out of Dragon with Grapple Escape and X-Ray Climb. And then if it's Kraid at East Meridia, then what you can do is charge a Spark in the room and then spark up Precious Room. So I would not be shocked if the runners decide that the speed booster is go mode, and they actually just go straight to East Meridia for routing efficiency.
It looks like that might be what DJ's doing. And the advantage, too, is if you find gravity on the way, like if gravity's just chilling at Bachun, then you're flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Love having missed that Mama Turtle check earlier. This might be a little bit more likely to do this, and check that now. Checking top of wreck ship is definitely a reasonable play as well. It's kind of a lot to put together on the. It's easy for us to sit here and just think about it while we're not playing the game.
Yeah, if it's not exactly gravity suit, then it is just a massive time waste. And if it is gravity, then I honestly think it just breaks even. Depending on if it's Kraid or Dragon. If it's Dragon, then it's still very slow. But if it's Kraid, then you actually don't have that slow of an East Meridia, because you can get out of Precious Room pretty quickly, just with the Spark. Yeah, Glove feeling the lack of the Kip Miner supers now.
Okay, DJ's decided that if with X-rays willing to check the with grapple willing to check the X-rays.
Yeah, we'll get that plasma beam. We'll feel a lot less sad about not doing this check early than he did last race.
True.
Okay, so Glove is going to get a second try at checking Mama Turtle. And then I guess she probably heads... I mean, again, it's a decision. Do you go into LN to try to find gravity, or do you go straight to East Meridia, face a potentially slow region, but have better routing efficiency?
I think you gotta go to East Meridia first, right? Because LN's where you want to finish.
That's what I'm thinking, but...
Because it's almost the same as going to the top of ship. If you're saying top of ship is break even, then I think that going to Glen is maybe less than break even.
Yeah, I think unless gravity's at screw attack, you're losing time going to LN.
Once again, this is a lot easier for us to sit here and the only thing we have to do is think about options. Whereas when you're playing these, you often want to have a plan and just go, and you obviously want to be thinking on the fly, but you don't want to be literally standing still while you're thinking.
Yeah, I am leaning towards the East Meridia play being better. And it looks like...
I mean, heading to Upper Norfair to get to that exit, I'm assuming, unless there's a... Because even if you can get to Kateria quickly... DJ making the waterway play?
I didn't even think about this. Yeah, this makes sense.
This isn't too far out of the way. Even an E-Tank here is not a bad find, with DJ being kind of low on health.
This is... I wonder if Glove ends up doing this. Probably, because it's roughly on the way.
She's gonna go for the Kit Miners now.
Yeah, we'll be happy to see that double super, unquestionably. And it is gravity, okay. So,
wow.
Throw everything out the window, we're just doing the good route.
Well, DJ is.
Yeah, DJ's doing the good route. Hopefully Glove gets this. If not...
She is heading that direction? What else would she be going from here? There's a Kateria portal right here. Oh boy.
I forgot about this Kateria portal. So we need to get to meme route anyways, so entering from the left versus the right doesn't matter that much. So I think...
Oh yeah, maybe she's heading to East Meridia.
It makes sense for Glove to do this. Not having the gravity suit is probably going to be the nail in the coffin here. Dueb's just going to have so much faster of an East Meridia.
Oh, I think she's doing...
Glove's going to LN too.
Yeah.
I'm going to East. Or this might just be a refill.
And I kind of agree, Nitro. Like, I totally get skipping Waterway in the sense of, like, well, you skip top of wreck ship, why would you go to Waterway too? Like, obviously could play for DJ here, but
barely out of the way.
It's reasonable to skip it as well.
I wouldn't say it's far out of the way, but it is out of the way.
Okay, looks like Love just wanted to save somewhere. She might not be...
They wanted the refill. I think that's what it was.
Entirely sure about the boss escape combo. Like, maybe there's something I forgot I need, and even if you're like 90% sure, that's not 100% sure, you know? I don't think it would have made, as you said, with gravity difference, I don't think it would have made much difference whether she went straight there or took that save first.
I forgot. She already
almost caught up.
Sorry to cut you off. Glove forgot she had already done Old Mother Brain. Bit of an oopsie there.
It's not real.
Yeah, D-Web was already a little bit ahead. A lot of it from skipping second item croc, even before getting the gravity. So even if Glove had gone to Waterway, it still would have been pretty tough to catch up.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Like if she had just god routed, but it would have been. I mean, nobody's really god routed this, but yeah.
Well, if she had gone to the gravity,
yeah,
she'd gone to Waterway. But Yeah, now with this gravity, D-Web is gonna pull pretty far ahead, especially if it's Dragon here, and Glove has to do all the bad tricks to get out. By all the bad tricks, I just mean X-Ray climb.
Obviously, like, if, Gravity had been at top of wreck ship, then Glove might be ahead.
Yeah, if Gravity had been top of ship, or like in LN, or even in Botwoon. Like Botwoon tank. There's a spring ball. That's nice. Glove will be happy to see that. Won't have to do anything fancy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be happy to see that spring ball here. I mean, not as happy as seeing Gravity, but that's everything for Suitless then, right? Except for maybe Space Jump would be nice. Well, we have Double Jump even.
Yeah, Space Jump would be the only thing to get across Coliseum better. But Double Jump, it's not as good, but
it's still pretty good.
It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's no way that was 3 minutes out of the way. It was just go down Red Tower and then to middle of Green Bryn to get to the waterway.
Yeah, I think it was far enough out of the way that you could say it was better to skip it. But I mean, that's always how it is. I don't
know if I agree. Obviously, I am arguing from the position we're in right now, where waterway was the item.
Right. But it could have just as easily been Croc second item, or a lot of different ways to still look at it.
Or it have been buried, like we've been mentioning.
At least it wasn't Crate's Closet. I think it'd be kind of rough if for the second seat in a row we had Glove finding a suit like 40 minutes before DJ.
This is a little rough. For Glove. Was able to get across though, but didn't quite get the D-boost across. So things got a bit awkward.
Yeah, that grapple morph's a little bit awkward in Coliseum for some reason. I always have trouble with that one.
It's because you're going like out of the water. Makes things weird.
Yeah. It is Crate, so are we going to get to see that speed booster tech here?
I would be shocked if we didn't.
Right? There's no reason for her to check this major.
I mean, it could be charge. D-Web didn't check it, right? And also, you kind of want to reset the room so you can see the whole floor.
Oh, yeah. Make it a little easier. Okay.
Just an E-tank. Yeah, Glove does have the presence of mind to realize this is a thing she can do. It is a little bit tricky, though. You do have to line up basically on the fly. And actually, Glove, after missing it once, is just going to springwheel jump up the rest of the way.
It might actually be faster to just do that again, honestly.
I think it would have been, but then you run the risk of missing it again.
Oh, did she already land on the first platform, so she must do this twice? Maybe this is faster.
Yeah, I still think it would have been faster to just go back and spark again.
Just go and do it again.
That's fine.
Yeah, but then you can't claim that was my plan all along.
You're so right. Glove knew she was just going to spark up to the first platform.
Yep.
With a spring ball jump.
Gonna save a couple seconds. My whole plan.
That was all I wanted.
I gotta put that spring ball to use. Meanwhile, DJ is going to be heading to our final area and boss and Turian after this. Didn't even bother using the high jump, double jump method. Let's see, ammo-wise, I want to say both.
Neither of them is go mode, but
I was gonna say, yeah, both are a little bit short.
they're both very close. Glove
Right.
is actually a little bit awkward because she's two, or I guess she's a full super away.
There's something like 3 or 4 ammo checks that you can do on the way to Turian here. They're not all going to be power bombs.
Yeah, if you're a little bit too worried of the possibility, you can even check Mickey Mouse.
I think it's good skip here. It's kind of out of the way.
I mean, I think I like skipping it for D-Web. I would probably check it for Glove.
Is it that different between them? I guess she is a little bit further behind.
Super behind.
Yeah,
I'm just too worried about like a random double power bomb at back of LN, and then you're just owned. Of course, we know Glove is owned either way. Just D-Web having the gravity was able to get through East Meridia so much faster.
Yeah, considering gravity could have just been an LN, I think going with the go mode made a lot of sense for Glove's perspective. It just happened to be one place DJ looked. Hey, that means likely more action for us. This is best of 3.
Yeah, that. Assuming D-Web closes this out, that will bring us to Game 3.
And there's no. This is single elimination, right?
Yep, single elimination. The winner will continue. The loser going home. Metaphorically, we are playing from home, of course. Looked like D-Web found a super at whatever the check is called. PBs of Shame.
Yeah.
Can actually just avoid the rest of the checks. I would still probably check Hoda Ruby in D-Web's position. Maybe 3 Musketeers, but 65-55 is nice. I like to have exactly 1 super extra.
Yeah, awesome. I kind of like that too.
So 1 more missile pack for D-Web would do that. Yeah, again,
especially
Glove,
since the runners do have what they need for baby skip. If you're not going to be able to do baby skip, then you can at least fire missiles into that door. But in this situation, you can skip the baby. Well, they don't have wave though. Maybe you're still missing baby skip.
Without wave, it's slow, but we've got high jump and speed. It's very doable. Excuse me. Yeah, Glove is also going to be an extra super. Oh, this is scary. We don't have full space jump, we have double jump.
Yeah, I think she's okay, but a little scary.
Everything's fine. Yeah, once Glove also gets that super pack at PBs of Shame, she will be a super extra from true minimum ammo. Again, though, D-Web is already on the way to Turian, and Glove still has to do the slower, no gravity Dragon.
At least we got both high jump and grapple. It's not going to be too much slower.
Gravity item's pretty good.
She might. Well, do you think she checks the major just for some health? Health's not looking too great. Well, she has screw attack though. Maybe not. Probably fine with screw to just carry forward. Alright. DJ Webb going down the elevator at 5508. Well, not too far behind, but it's definitely
It's gonna
DJ's
be
race to lose here.
the ballpark of like 4 minutes behind, assuming.
And anything
line
more than
escape is
2,
clean.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or maybe even anything more than 1 doesn't matter. The runners both have basically the same stuff.
Yeah, I would argue at this point we're optimized enough that like 4 minutes apart isn't even really that close.
I mean, that's
Webb
fair
just
assessment.
got so far ahead from that gravity suit. Turns out it is a very good item to have. Nice grapple escape from Glove, though.
Yeah, she even lose time without having gravity there?
I don't think so. She got to the door before it opened.
Nicely done.
See if D-Web can get this waveless baby skip. He does have the Spazer, which, funny enough, is better for this situation than Plasma would be. Really nice wasteland, though, from Glove. Even though the Hopper was kind of trolling her, the Disgiga just wasn't giving her the D-boost. Probably doesn't bother checking this item. No need to. It's gonna be entering Turian, hitting the Turian elevator at around a high 57, so a little less than 4 minutes. Just off of how clean this Lower Norfair escape has been.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be closer to 3 minutes.
So thanks for doing this check, but here's another super in case Glove didn't have enough. Means you can play even more aggressively, don't need to worry about Metroid drops.
Yep, so 58:01 for Glove, just under 3 minutes difference. And this is going to come down to whether or not DJ can hit these supers, not miss too many.
DJ hit the elevator at a 54 or 55.
I thought it was 55:08. Did I say 54:08 though? Maybe I did. I don't know.
I think you said 55 actually. So it is 3 minutes apart, not 4. But unfortunately,
it doesn't matter.
will not be making much of a difference.
I think DJ can miss 3 supers or something. Like it's got the leeway.
You basically have to lose control of his hands mid-fight to miss that many supers.
There's one.
Maybe I shouldn't be speaking too soon. Yeah, after you miss one, now you're really on edge.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Should be fine.
Yeah, we're fine now.
Gee.
Be interested to see where Charge was in this seed. There are a few locations, but they're all bad. Which is a shame, because with that early Plasma, or shame for Glove, I should say, because with that early Plasma, finding Charge would have been a very nice position to be in.
I'm not sure what it mattered for this race. That certainly could have. But
probably not.
She didn't even check skip minors, so like that would be the skip. That'd be the check you'd skip, right?
It would really only matter if Charge was super early and both players were skipping ammo checks.
I guess yeah. If you find Charge before cream bread, maybe.
Yeah. Even then, Webb would have gotten the plasma eventually on the hunt for gravity, so it really would have only helped on Ridley. And it's even then you're probably picking up 30 supers for Ridley. So maybe the charge beam just doesn't do anything in how the seed actually played out. You did have both runners on Mother Brain at the same time, at least. Obviously, one of them is a bit further ahead in the fight. With high jump speed, this is a full any percent escape. Should be nice and quick for Webb.
Oh, sorry, I put myself on mute. How long have I been on mute?
Only a couple minutes.
Okay, sorry about that. I was
mean,
gonna ask. Since the runners are hanging out in chat now, how far was DJ about a minute ahead before he went off to Waterway? A little bit ahead.
It was something like that.
It was certainly close enough that the race could have gone either way from that point.
Again, skipping second item of proc and not having to go back for Mama Turtle a second time.
Maybe if he also skipped the X-ray check, he would have been even a little bit further ahead. I don't. Because if you're in the I'm going to EM mode, maybe you don't make that X-ray check either.
Well, either way, Webb finishes with an official time of 1:02:45. Gonna tie the series up 1-1. Looks like Love on Mother Brain 3 is going to finish out this seed. No problems there. Yeah, game 3, winner takes all. It continues on in the tournament. I'll actually have to step away for that one, but sounds like Idol will be continuing to bring y'all the action. Potentially another, I don't know what the situation is there. Big shout outs to Jestro, by the way, who's been tracking this whole series. Haven't mentioned him yet so far, but it's Jestro. Everyone in the community knows he's the GOAT. You don't even need to say it at this point.
You don't want me to do commentary and track at the same time. It's so good. Definitely appreciate help with tracking and with getting the stream set up, dealing with the audio.
Oh yeah, Webb fixed your audio. While we have the time, gotta bring it up. Let's see where charge is and Webb's credits real quick. Yes, Glove is, spoiler alert, finishing with a time of 1:05:07.
GG's.
GG's. So yeah, game 3 coming up very soon.
Yep, we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll be back.
Charge was at Gauntlet. Holy, look at that.
Buried.
It wasn't really a doable gauntlet. There was never a good time to do it, at least. Unless you wanted to do it with bombs. But yeah, that'll do it for us. Stay tuned for game 3.